Hi guys, we're continuing our second video on word problems. Make sure you have this worksheet handy. In this video, we'll do the bottom 3 problems, which are all area problems. Okay, so 3, 4, and 5. Notice that 3 is missing a picture, so we'll have to draw it. In problem 3, it says, a picture frame has sides that are lengths 3x minus 4 and 5x plus 1. And then the rectangular opening for the picture frame has side lengths of 4x and 2x. And it wants to know what is the area of the wood part that is around the outside of the picture frame. Okay, so when you think about a picture frame, it's almost like the border on my whiteboard, right? The green part. So the picture frame is surrounding a picture. So we want to draw something that kind of looks like that. Does not have to be proportional. So here's my picture frame. And then the actual frame itself has lengths of 3x minus 4 and 5x plus 1. And then the part where the picture goes on the inside is the 2x and the 4x. And now they just want to know the outside wood part, right? So the kind of tan part on there. So here's what we're going to do on this problem. We have our large rectangle, which is the 3x minus 4 and the 5x plus 1. And so we can find the area of the entire big rectangle. And then if we take away or punch out or remove the smaller rectangle, the 2x and the 4x, so we want to take that part out, then we should be left with just the outside. So we're going to take the area of the large rectangle and we're going to subtract off the area of the small rectangle, and that should leave us with just the border. Now for the area of the large rectangle, we'll need to multiply the 3x minus 4 and the 5x plus 1. That is the box method, and you have to do that on its own. So this is almost like a 3-part math problem. So part 1 is going to be figuring out the area of this rectangle all on its own. So multiply these together using the box method. Part 2 is going to be finding out just the area of the small rectangle. So again, treat that as its own math problem. So that's this part right here. And then the last step is going to be to take this answer and subtract off this answer. Okay? So make sure that you're doing that, again, as 3 separate math problems. All right. So I hope that you can multiply this out on your own. For my large rectangle, I got 15x squared minus 7x minus 4. And then for the smaller one, that one I didn't have to do the box method for because they're both binomial. So it's just 8x squared. And then we're going to take this one minus that one. And for my final answer, I got 7x squared minus 17x minus 4. So again, large rectangle minus the small rectangle gives us the outside. And that's what we're going to do on pretty much all of these area problems. So I'm going to go a little bit faster on the next one. So here is problem number 4. And problem number 4 gave us a picture. It's not the best picture. It has the dimensions of the inner part of the picture, right? That inside it's a square because it's the same. But it doesn't technically give us the dimensions of the outside parts. So we're going to need to figure that out. I'm going to start by finding the length of the left and right sides. So the length of the left and right sides, we can split it into 3 parts. And it's based on what the 3 parts are over here, since those are parallel. So the middle part has a length of x. And then if you look at your worksheet, you should see that the bottom part and the top part have a length of 1. Okay, so I'm going to add all those together. So it's 1 plus x plus 1. And I find that the length of my left and right sides is x plus 2. So again, it was the middle part plus that top piece plus the bottom piece. We're going to do the same thing for the top and the bottom. So on the top and the bottom, I have my middle part, which is x, which is fine. And then from the edge to the inner part is 3 on this side. And then it's also 3 on this side. And we're going to add all of those together. So 3 plus x plus 3. And so I get x plus 6. Okay. So these are my new dimensions. Notice again that they were not written on there originally, right? We had to figure that out. Now that I have all of my dimensions, I can do what I did in the last problem. I can find the area of the large rectangle minus the area of the small rectangle, or square in this problem. And that should give me the punched out part. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and I'll write my answers down while you're working. All right, I hope for the large rectangle that you got x squared plus 8x plus 12. And I hope for the small one, you got just x squared. And then we're subtracting the big one minus the small one. And so for my final answer, I have 8x plus 12, a polynomial. All right, let's try that last problem. Again, very similar to the other problems. The picture is already drawn there for you, and they gave us all the correct dimensions, so we should be good to go in that respect. In this problem, remember that when you're multiplying for a square, you can do the side squared, and you can use the special case that we learned on Wednesday, or you can write it as 2 separate parentheses, and you can do the box method. The one thing you can't do is you cannot just make it x squared plus 6. You're going to be missing that middle term, so make sure that you get that middle term in there. I'm going to do my work up here while you guys are doing your work, and then we'll check our answers together. For my large square, I got x squared plus 12x plus 36. And for my small square, I got x squared again, just like the last problem. And so for my final answer, I got 12x plus 36. Tonight's homework is a worksheet of everything that we've learned this chapter. So it's going to have all of our regular lessons from earlier, like last week and the beginning of this week. That'll all be on the front. And then I'll start throwing some word problems and some picture problems on the back of that worksheet. This concludes today's videos.